this session we'll see how to create the IAM and the security groups in the different zones, like in which zone you are trying to add the instance, how to look in the VPC and the other things. Let's explore the IAM first. So this is used for the identity access management. Like I have a root account and I want to share my account with the other people, other persons. So that account require one identity to identify the end users. So currently this account ID is this one, so I will create one alias first here. Host.in. So my signing URL will be bithostin.signin.aws console. So my alias is created. Now you can see the user group, user roles all are empty. So once you navigate to the IAM identity access management portal, so here you can see like user is empty, group is empty, role is having 3 roles. Let's explore it. What are these roles? These are default created roles, I think, like AWS role for application auto scaling, DynamoDB. Okay, so last time I created one DynamoDB table, so it's created automatically here, and there is no other role. So first of all I will create one role like AWS account. For the AWS account, allow entire other AWS account belonging to your third-party platforms. So it's asking for this account. I'm giving require external ID, no. So for this account, for this role, suppose I forgot to mention the name, I think. Let me go back. Okay, so no, it's not asking for any name and all. It will ask in the last. So what are the roles I want to assign to this new creating role? So you have to select the policy, the Amazon policy. What are these policies? So suppose I want uh, to give the administrator access. So check out in administrator access. These are the allow all action and all things are allowed. If I search EC2, so it's given me the role like Amazon EC2 full access, EC2 read-only access, and so suppose I want to give a read-only access of the EC2, and I will press next. So role name is like I want to give name like EC2 monitoring read only. So I added this read only because I can add like this is EC2 monitoring read only. Someone I am assigning based on the like someone can do the modifications on the EC2 platform. So I am keeping it as read only as a prefix. You can use here. You can use here as a prefix if it's allowed. Use alphabet, numeric, and these characters. Hyphen is there. Okay. So this says like assume role, allow this one, and conditions is empty here. And now you can add the tags, different tags like name. Name you can add here. So it says like alphanumeric character only will be used, no space. Okay, so creating the read only role. So one role is created that is read only for this account, only for this account, which is this one. If you see this one account, now I come back to this section, and I go to the group. I create one group here, read only group. Okay, so read only group, I came here, and I'm creating this group. Let me search the policy name. I can assign no policy. Let's create the group first. Later I can change the policy name and all. So group I created here, permission not defined anything. Now I am coming back to the users, and I'm creating one user like cube demo. Okay, provide access to the AWS management console. This is optional. Then if you want to give the access control of the AWS console, like from there you can navigate to the different services and all, so you can give it here. So specify a user in identity center recommended. Okay, or we recommend that you use identity center. No, but I want to create new role. I want to create an IAM user with auto generated password or the custom password. Suppose I am giving some password, random password. Okay, I will not show the password. So user must create a new password, post sign in recommended. Okay, next, add user to group, attach direct policies. So if I attach this user to this group, and press next. So the permission summary here is IAM user. User can change the password first, and read only group is assigned. Tag you can give here the name and other details, description and all. So I created this one. So this is my AWS console. Now I'm going to the private mode, and here I will enter the details of the newly created user, how it works. I'll fill the details. So when I sign in, it will ask me to change the password first. Okay, confirm the password in policy, and that policy is not assigned to that group. So it says like access denied, nothing here. If I go to this EC2, it will say like access denied here also. It will not, it should not load anything. So you can see here like they said like API error all around, API error, like because of the permission, because this user is not having any access. Default VPC, all things wherever needed, it says like this user don't have any access right now. So I will navigate to the previous browser, and there I will assign some permissions. So I left it here. I will return to the user list. Okay. So for this user, either I can assign the direct policies, or either through the group, or either through the. So I want this role to be assigned here to this user. Okay, let me go to the user policy first. User group. So in read only, I will. It says like this user has one. This group has one user. I think there is no option of adding the role there in the user side. So it can be managed. It can be managed with the group. So here what I will do, I will go in the permissions, and I will add the permission, attach the policy. Suppose I want to give the read only EC2 EC2 read only. Okay, permission entry, attach policy. Okay, so policy is added as the read only, and as now I am going back to this previous one, and I will refresh it again, check if it loads something or not. So previously it was not loading these instance, dedicated host, load balance, security group, volumes, and all these things was not loaded that time. But now I can see like this part is already loaded, but this in month forecast and exceeds free tire limit, these things not loaded. Still it says you don't have permission, you are not authorized to authorized to perform this action, because I have assigned only a role to the EC2, not to the billing and other policies. That's why it's not loading it here. So this is how to create the IAM, different IAM with user, different user, and with different policies attached to the uh, user group. So let's see, let's go back. If I add permission, suppose first I will check here by creating one EC2 if it allowed me to create the EC2 or not. So I will change my zone to the Mumbai region first. I changed my zone to the Mumbai region. Now I will try to launch one instance from here if it's allowed to launch. So when I click, it not respond. When I click it, okay. So I will name the name the instance name. Go to demo, and select one free tire eligible uh, machine. So this is free tire eligible, already pre-selected, and here it's asking for the selection of the key pair. It's very important. Like I'm proceeding without the key right now because I am just testing it, and here it comes like uh, auto assign the public IP. This security group is here. Here you can see like when you create the instance, you will be asked for few things here, like the instance will be shared, or you want to create the shared instance or dedicated instance in the previous section. So here there is no security group, so before continuing to the instance creation, I need to get this security group things. But for now, let's launch the instance if it allow or not. So launching, creating security group, and it says like you are not authorized to perform the operation because I have only read access. So now I will navigate back to the here, and now I found like I need this security group first. So here you learned how to create the IAM and the user, how to assign the user to the group, and how to attach policy to the user group, and how to attach policy directly to the user. I will come here based on the role, like what is the work of role, why I created this. So I will come up here with the role, how this will be helpful later after covering the security groups. So I will navigate back to the EC2. So one thing is important here, like whenever you are going to create security group or instance, first you need to check like in which region you are going to create it. Like suppose by default it landed me on the in Virginia, but I want a security group to be created over Singapore because I want my instance to be running here in Singapore zone. For this I need to switch to the zone first, and then I will come to the security group. So by default, if you can see, let's continue in the Virginia region. So here you can see by default one security group is here. You can see on the EC2 dashboard. So when you navigate to the security group, it will say like default security group is already created. Security group name is default, and you can see here when you check out this, you will see like in default inbound rule is all traffic allowed. That means if instance is being created with this security group, all the traffic, all the ports, all the protocols, and all the port range will be allowed. But I don't want to allow any all the ports to one EC2 instance. So suppose we'll consider here splitting the security group in multiple parts. Suppose you have a system, you want like the system will be serving some content over HTTP and HTTPS. For that, keep that security group separate. And if you want to add like I want SSH as well, but SSH will be of two kind, like one will be internal access and one through the VPN. So keep the SSH separate as well. Let's see here. We'll discuss more about this rule, how to concrete your security group, how to concrete your VPC to protect your VPC cloud from the external threats. So suppose I am naming here like HTTP and HTTPS, HTTP and HTTPS. So I am allowing this HTTP and HTTPS name. It will only allow two inbound roles. One is port 80 and one is port 443. HTTP and HTTPS. In description you can give your own description, whatever you want. So default VPC is created like 172.31.0.0 by 16. This is a separate topic I will cover in the next video, like how to create your own custom VPC, how you can map the custom VPC to the internet ingress to handle the connections. So in inbound role, I am saying like I want the HTTP and HTTPS here from the all IPs. Okay, from the all IPs one. This is for IPv4, and if you want to add the IPv6 as well, you need to add the second rule, HTTP port 80 anywhere IPv6, anywhere IPv6. This is HTTP IPv4 and this is IPv6. You can put the description. Now again I want to add the HTTPS protocol. So this protocol, by default the port will be selected. Till now you give the custom port. You want to custom use the TCP port, you can use that. So I want this to be also allowed from the remote side as well, means the end user systems. So I added HTTPS IPv4 and HTTPS IPv6, but your server should support the IPv4 and IPv6 both. Okay, so this is my inbound rule for the HTTP and HTTPS. Total of 4 rules for IPv4 and IPv6. Now going to the outbound rule, like it says all traffic is allowed from all the IPs, the traffic are allowed. That means the system can system can make external calls from to any IP and all. So system can send the outbound traffic. If I create this rule, you can add the tag here as well. So there was error creating security group. The permission must not appear multiple times. Okay. Creating security group. I think it's created. I clicked 2 times. No. Okay. Let's see what happened. And HTTPS. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I think I added two times the IPv6 there. So the default, suppose this is created only for IPv4. So this is security group. I created one security group, and now I want the SSH to be added. One more SSH. And SSH via VPN. Suppose I given both SSH can be used here, or normal you can use. So suppose I am giving SSH, that means I am allowing from anywhere. Suppose I am allowing from anywhere. This is normal SSH. This is normal SSH will work here. Like the instance will be allowed from anywhere access based on the username, password, or the key file you have used. But if I want to add second one, if I am adding via VPN, this is not needed. In that scenario, this is not needed. Let's go with this SSH via VPN. So if I will delete this, I will create the new one SSH via VPN, like custom IP. Let's see what's my IP. SSH access. If I am allowing only one IP to be mapped here for the SSH. So suppose this is my VPN IP, and because this is also on the AWS data center service, so this is also being used as a VPN. What I will do, I will allow this IP only. So it says like CDR block is needed. So I will click on this, and the CDR block is assigned. Now I create the security group, and okay, it's asking for SSH description. So I create the security group. My security group is created. Now I can use my the creation of EC2 now. One more thing is missing is like key pair. Key pair is one of the important thing here. So let's create one key. This is the old version, this is the new version introduced, so I will create you can go with anyone. Somewhere it's not supported. ED25519 encryption is not supported on some systems when you access when you try to access through SSH with PM file. So let's name it like YouTube. So let's select the this is T2 micro already selected when I selected the Ubuntu image. Now I'm going to select the key pair I have created last time in the previous segment, and I will select the security group which I created earlier. So for security group, I first want SSH the system, and second want to install one web server to access the HTTP and HTTPS. So I selected this. Now I'm launching the instance. So once my instance is created here successfully, I'll navigate back to the EC2, and here I see like instance status is pending. These two already terminated. There's empty instance I created. I will copy this IP and try to access to the sorry, it's a pending something. Okay, refuse to connect. Still instance is in creation mode, that's why it's refusing. So it asks me to get the password. I am connected with the VPN. You can see I am connected with the VPN because I have allowed only one IP in the security group to access my EC2 with SSH. So I will first update the system. Okay, so now I will install the nginx default web server. I am installing one. I have this HTTPS. To install the certbot, I will simply go to the certbot.eff.org and I will select the software, which software I want to install. I want to install on Apache nginx, and system is Ubuntu 20. So it will give me the details of installation, like how to install the snap and what need to install, like it's uses snap repo management. So I will copy this command and I will run it here. So it's installing the certbot for me. Now the certbot is installed. Now I need to link the certbot path here. Certbot path is linked, and I need to keep the certbot nginx. So it asking for the email address. Before that, I will find the IAM etc nginx site. Default. Here I will say first. The server name is default added here. So what I will do, I will add my server name first, which is the now I don't need this, which is my this one dot it host dot in. This is my server name, and yeah. So now I will save and I will restart. Restart the nginx. Now I will run the certbot. So it's asking for the email. Okay. Yes. I will say for the years like promotional and all. So it says like you have one domain, added it here. I will select one. Yeah, requesting for this certificate if it's successful or not. Yeah, so certificate is successfully deployed. Now I will check out this one. This was saying earlier because it was trying to access through the HTTPS and HTTPS was not running. So now it says server down. Now I will refresh the same URL and it should come up with the nginx. So this is how after creating the IAM security group, and you launch the EC2 instance, and how it works. In the next session I will cover up the detailed uh, explanation of the security group, how we can create different type of security groups like accessing the file system of the EFS, accessing the database server like internally, or want to expose outside. If you don't want to expose outside, how to if you want to expose outside through the VPN or through some fixed IP, then how you can add in the security group. Those things I will cover in the next video. If you have any questions, post in the comment. I will try to cover your points. If I have missed something or you want more clarity, I will cover those points in the next video.